Hi everyone, we're back and we have Rattata and Raticate. So I'm going to be splitting up Alolan form and Cantonian form into separate videos. However, I will briefly touch on Alolan Raticate in this video just to talk about, whether or not they overlap or anything like that, or the differences between the two. But I'm not going to go super in depth into Alolan Raticate's options. Sorry, this volume is kind of bothering me. Oh, I can just turn my volume up. Okay, we're good now. So, Raticate and Rattata, they are very, very good. Extremely powerful, extremely fast. So they have the abilities Hustle and Strongjaw. Defiant is before you evolve at level 20, which is just in time for Hala, just because Strongjaw is useless until you evolve, because Bite was repurposed into Jagged Fangs, so there's no early game Bite move. So all of them are by TM besides Jagged Fangs and Crunch, but I am actually, I'll talk about Strongjaw. Strongjaw is a very obvious choice. There is no other pure normal type with Strongjaw. It's just Raticate, and obviously, given their teeth, I mean, it literally just says here it can chew apart some of their walls, it can gnaw away thick concrete, surprisingly violent, blah blah blah. So, yeah, Strongjaw is a very fitting ability, and with Strongjaw, you have access to basically you essentially get stab on Jagged Fangs, Crunch, and Psychic Fangs, which are all 85 base power. And then you get stab on Poison Fang, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, and Ice Fang, all of which are great coverage moves, obviously. So you have tons of great options there, and you get a stab boost on all of them. So you can really just cycle between those TMs. The only two that you would be keeping are Jagged Fangs and Crunch, but otherwise you can just keep those moves. And just cycle between them as you go. And then at level 65, you get access to Hyper Fang, which is a exclusive move, exclusive to only rodent Pokemon that have rodent-esque teeth. So right now that's just Raticate, but there will be a couple more. For example, Pachirisu and Watchog and a couple others that have visible rodent-shaped teeth, because Hyper Fang's animation literally shows giant teeth, like giant rodent teeth, like the little rat teeth with the little two teeth that come down and they're flat. So it doesn't make any sense for other Pokemon to be able to get Hyper Fang based off the animation. It just does not work. And the Japanese name for that is Sure Kill Fang, so I ended up making it extremely powerful just based on that. So what it is that it's 80 base power still, but it always crits. So it is essentially 120 base power with no drawbacks, which is amazing. I mean, that's godly for these Pokemon. 80 base power, and it has a 30% flinch rate. It always crits, so it bypasses stat boosts and stat drops and stuff, and it can't miss. So that works in conjunction with Hustle on Raticate. So both of Raticate's abilities work very nicely with Hyper Fang. Both Hustle and Strongjaw work really nicely with Hyper Fang. It becomes 120 base power, Strongjaw boosted move, or 120 base power. And it's a move that does not miss with Hustle. Speaking of, I can now transition into the Hustle discussion. So Hustle has been massively buffed in this hack. Tons of new moves and abilities and other stuff work with Hustle now to where they do not miss anymore, essentially. So this list is actually kind of outdated. I should probably update it. There's probably a couple more on here that aren't on the list. But maybe this is all of them. That might be all of them, yeah, actually. Maybe a couple more than I'm missing, but overall it's extremely powerful. So with Hustle, you also have access to Wide Lens, which boosts your accuracy by 15% now. So for example, if you use let's say you use, I don't know, what's a move that can miss, I don't know, Psychic Fangs, or let's say using Psychic Fangs on your Hustle Raticate, with a Wide Lens equipped, that becomes 92% accurate. And you get a 1 point, you get a 50, you get the same boost as Strongjaw. So obviously, in that case, you would be wanting to use Strongjaw for the consistency and the item slot freedom and stuff. But it doesn't change the fact that it's still very useful and powerful. So with Hustle, you have access to a lot of moves that don't miss anymore. So you have Priority in Quick Attack and Fake Out. Both of those do not miss with Hustle, and they still get the power boost. So Priority, Stab, Quick Attack, and Fake Out. Then you have access to Punishment, which does not miss. It's 60 base power, and that gets plus 20 base power for each stat boost that the opponent has. So that's great on Totem Pokemon or other stuff, and it's just nice to have in general. And then you have access to Raging Fury. Also, Flail and Reversal are extremely powerful with Hustle, because you get the 50% boost from Hustle, the Choice Band boost from Hustle, and they don't miss. So if you're running Endure Salac Berry or Endure Lychee Berry sets with Flail and Reversal, you have a 200 base power move with an ability that boosts them by 50% and they don't miss. So that is incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. I really can't understate how powerful Hustle is. In fact, let me put it into context. So Strong Draw and Hustle both boost with 50%. So I'll just end it on Guts as well, which is trainers only. Reason being, it's very overpowered to have access to. You can status your Pokemon before you go into the battle. If you are curious as to why, you can come onto the Google Sheet. It's in the description. You can read about it yourself. I put a whole little blurb there explaining why. I don't want to waste too much time talking about it. So Hustle and Strong Draw. So if you have 109 base attack, which is already much better than it used to have, obviously. Where is the damage calculator? Here it is. So you got max attack. That at +1, that is equal to 522 attack, which is about 180 something. 188 base attack. So Raticate essentially has 188 base attack with Hustle and Strong Draw at most. Obviously, that becomes lower if you don't have a plus nature, but it's still like easily over 160, 170 base attack. So it's extremely powerful. And again, you have stab, quick attack, so you can slap a choice band on that bitch and it'll just kill things. I know, like. It's so good, and I know I'm repeating myself a little bit, but there's just so many other options as well. So you have quick attack, fake out, punishment. Raging Fury is essentially power up punch, but it doubles in power if you get hit first, which Raticate's pretty fast, so that won't happen super often, but when it happens, you get 100 base power. Otherwise, it's a 50 base power, fire type move that boosts your attack by 1, so it's very nice there. Power Trip is extremely good on Raticate. Power Trip is great because it does not miss with Hustle as well, and therefore you are getting a +1 attack boost each time you use Power Trip. It's buffed to do that, and then in exchange it only has 2 PP. So extremely powerful move with Hustle. And then you have access to Hyper Fang as well, level 65. Hyper Fang is the penultimate move for Raticate. It is extremely powerful. It will be doing immense damage to the opponent, extreme damage. It's very strong. And then via TM for Hustle moves, you have access to U-Turn does not miss with Hustle, so U-Turn is there. Sucker Punch does not miss with Hustle, so Sucker Punch again, 75 base power, +2 priority, very very useful move, and it doesn't miss with Hustle. First Impression does not miss with Hustle either. That's 60 base power, but it always crits, so it's 90 base power, same as it used to be. And that's a TM. You can reteach all these, so that's the best part of the TMs is that you can just toggle these on and off as you need them. Very nice to have. And then also Last Resort. So if you wanted to use, for example, Fake Out, Swords Dance, Last Resort post game, that's a really good set post game. Fake Out, Swords Dance, Last Resort, because Last Resort cannot miss with Hustle. So you can use that Fake Out, which also can't miss with Hustle, and then you use that Swords Dance to get that +2 attack boost, and then you click that Last Resort, and you are taking lives. The only downside being ghost types and steel types and stuff. But yeah. Excuse me. So that's amazing stuff there with Hustle. And also you have Hone Claws. Wait, yeah, there it is. I was gonna say, why don't they have Hone Claws? They have Hone Claws, which also boosts your accuracy by 2 now. So you're getting the +1 attack and you're getting the +2 accuracy, so that stacks with the Hustle boost, and it becomes extremely powerful. And you have access to a lot of great coverage moves. You have Flame Wheel, which always boosts your speed by 1. Again, I already covered Raging Fury, and at level 53, I gave them access to Flare Blitz. It's a little weird, but I think it fits given that they got Flame Wheel. I think it's kind of cool to give it to them, and they appreciate the strong fire type move, which hits a lot of important Pokemon like Steels. They also have access to Close Combat, Gunk Shot, Health Thrust, Aqua Tail, Iron Tail, Head and Headbutt, all kinds of amazing coverage here. They have all types of elemental coverage. They have a type for, actually, I believe every type in the game besides Dragon. Yeah, they have a strong coverage move for every type in the game besides Dragon, so that's great. Just extremely useful, extremely powerful Pokemon here. Another really cool thing you can do is, well, again, this also evolves at level 20, so you'll have this for Hala. Quick Attack, Raticate with Fake Out is extremely powerful, and you get so much free damage. Fake Out plus Quick Attack with Choice Band is like extreme damage just for free, essentially. I mean, you can 2-shadow out a Pokemon with just Fake Out into Quick Attack with Hustle. Oh, I forgot another move, Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum also does not miss with Hustle, and that's extremely powerful ground type coverage for Raticate, which is obviously important given, that is a normal type. Ground type coverage that can't miss, so it's 75 base power, but it can't miss. And another cool thing you can try doing, although I wouldn't recommend it because it's pretty risky. If you're not doing an SLF, go for it. But what Stomping Tantrum does is this. God, I'm talking too fast. In addition to not missing, Stomping Tantrum also, let me just make sure I'm recording as well. I am. Sorry, Stomping Tantrum also will double in power if you just missed your last move or your last move failed. So, for example, you're fighting Raticate and you swap in your Ghost type on a Headbutt or something, or whatever the Whiplash, whatever it is. You swap it in on that. or retaliate. Say something just fainted and there's a hostile retaliate coming your way and you're scared or you're scared for your life. So you swap into your I don't know, your ghost type or your levitate. Sorry, your ghost type. It's a Gengar, right? Gengar, just because it's weak to ground. It would probably die to Stomping Tantrum anyways, but say that it would live Stomping Tantrum normally. Because Retaliate just failed, Stomping Tantrum will do double damage and it still doesn't miss. In addition, if you use a regular move that just happens to miss, so say for example you click Whiplash, you get that 20% chance to miss. You're not running Wild Lens, you're not running any other accuracy boosting option, which you have tons of now. You missed that 20%. Now you can click Stomping Tantrum the next turn, guaranteed. No matter what, that Stomping Tantrum will always hit, and you get that 150 base power Stomping Tantrum. So it's very, very powerful and a very, very fun option to use. Again, Power Trip and Raging Fury are excellent. Another really cool thing you can do is Z Acclimate. I gave them access to that as well. So what Z Acclimate does is it changes your type to match the move on the top of your learn set. So you also get a +1 to all your stats with the Z move. So say, for example, you Z Acclimate and you have Psychic Fangs at the top of your list with Strong Jaw. You can just cycle. Basically, what you can do is basically get Stab, Strong Jaw, and any of your bite moves at level 60. So Psychic Fangs, Poison Fang, Jagged Fangs, Crunch, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, all that stuff. You can just Strong Jaw set and then boom. You can also do that with Hustle sets. You can do that with Hustle in conjunction with, I don't know, you can become a Dark type with Sucker Punch. You can become a Fire type with Raging Fury, whatever you want to do. You have a lot of really good options there, and of course the beautiful part is that you have infinite ability capsules, you have infinite access to TMs and tutor moves, you have infinite access to EV training items, so all you have to do is just swap the stuff around and then you're chilling. You got a lot of options there. It's very powerful. You also have some reliable recovery and utility in Slack Off, Scary Face, Leer, and Counter. Just basic utility that a lot of Pokemon get now, just if you want it. It's nice to have. You also have some TM stuff like Thunder Wave and Taunt and Parting Shot, all that nice stuff there. Of course, smart players will be swapping their movesets often. It's really nice to be able to just do that over and over again. What else is there? Me First, Z Me First gives you a +2 attack boost, as well as using their move that's stronger. So if, for example, you click regular Me First, you just use their move stronger. But if you use Z Me First, you get a +2 attack boost, which is level 32 is very early for essentially a Swords Dance boost. So it's definitely worth a move slot. It also bypasses Taunt, but it's also priority, so not like that would matter. You get +6 priority, you copy whatever move they're about to use, and it becomes a Z move. So say you're using your Raticate and you're in front of a, I don't know, what's a move I made a video on already, Blastoise. And the Blastoise is going to click freaking Aura Spear on you, or some, I don't know, not a good enough example. They're going to click Takedown, all right? They're a physical Blastoise to Takedown for some reason. And now you can use Z Me First, get that +2 attack boost, and then you'll be clicking, you'll be using All Out Pummeling for 180 base power, or 185 base power, whatever it is, for Z Takedown, and that's extremely powerful. And you'll be getting that Z move on top of the +2 attack, so that's really cool to have. Yeah, I think that's about it. Not too much else to cover. Dig is a decent option. Stomping Tantrum is better in my opinion, but Dig is 5 base power stronger, and Dig is a nice niche option to have because Dig doesn't work like Stomping Tantrum, so Dig can miss. But if you connect the Dig on the second turn, if Dig lands, you get a +1 accuracy boost, so you can then click regular moves. So say, for example, you're using a Hustle Rattata early game, and you click that Dig, you land that Dig, then you can click Headbutt the next turn and not have to worry about Hustle missing with Headbutt, and you get that extreme power boost. With 90 base speed and 69 base attack, Rattata is very powerful. The other ability is Defiant, just as useful ability early game with all of the stat dropping moves, all of the baby doll eyes and the tearful looks running around. It's nice to have it. It's very powerful. It's nice, but obviously Hustle is extremely good with quick attack and other stuff. So I would be swapping between these two as you need. If you need to connect, you don't need the Hustle boost, then you don't use Hustle. If you need, say for example, the lead Pokemon on their team has baby doll eyes, then you can use Defiant Rattata, and get that Defiant boost. Otherwise, I'd be running Hustle though. Just for the power boost is pretty important. But obviously, if you don't want to afford risk to miss, and you know for a fact that your Rattata's role in that battle is just to click Flame Wheel or something, and you don't need the Hustle boost, then you just don't use Hustle. That's the beauty of it. That's another inadvertent buff to Hustle, is that you will always have another option. That means that you don't have to risk the miss if you don't want to. And again, there are a billion ways to bypass the miss now. Just to refresh people's memories, I'm going to list them all again, and I think that'll be the end of the video, honestly, because I'm not going to list out every coverage move. They have tons. So if every Hustle move is U-Turn, Stomping Tantrum, Hone Claws, Wide lens, those aren't moves, but those are still hustle options. Sucker punch. Super Fang. Sorry, Hyper Fang rather. Hyper Fang, Raging Fury, Power Trip, Flail, Reversal, Punishment, Fake Out, and Quick Attack. All of those are hustle moves, meaning they will not miss no matter what you do, and they still get that boost. It's really, really good stuff. Raticate is a huge improvement. As for how Alolan Raticate compares, you can watch the next video that I'm going to record literally right after this one to go into that. But essentially, it gets normal Dark Stab, which is better than pure normal, but it is much slower, but it is much bulkier, and the totem form has different abilities. So I'll cover that in a little bit. Thanks for listening to this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be moving on.